born poor, mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. Four babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. It is Tuesday, August 27th, 2024, and I'm so glad you could join me this morning. My apologies for yesterday afternoon's trade. We were having some technical difficulties. I was getting feedback off the microphone. I think we've figured it out, and we should be able to have a terrific session this morning. And then, of course, I thought I could exit out and go back in, but once I exit out, that closed the session and I couldn't get back in. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our goal is to make you a successful currency trader, and we do that by teaching you how to trade with our simple but accurate proprietary trading indicators. And one of the purposes of this session is to show you how simple and accurate they are. And we are so confident in how well they work that once we've trained you, we let you trade with our money and split what you make. I'm going to show you one of the dozen different trade strategies that we have. This is my favorite. When we train people, we develop a customized trade plan based around their availability to trade and their kind of risk tolerances. So with that, let's jump right in and see what we've got this morning. As soon as we're done here, I am on my way to Atlanta to have some lunch with some very nice people. So we may or may not have an afternoon trade this afternoon, depending on how long lunch goes. But let's jump right in and see what we got going here.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
We teach using a multiple of tools. You know, we've got personalized one-on-one training. We've got group webinars. We've got videos, and we have these kind of live trade sessions where an experienced trader gets online and kind of walks you through their analysis. And by watching what they do, you will, watching and hearing as they describe what they do, you'll learn it and be able to do it. I do 3 live trades a week on Tuesday and Thursday morning at 6:30. Also at Monday afternoon at 3:30. I also every evening around 4:15 send out an overnight trade setup. Uses a different strategy than the one we're using this morning. But when you become a member, we do a live session in the morning, another live session in the afternoon, and then you can see there's lots of webinar, group webinar training sessions. I am considering adding a Wednesday afternoon office hours session. For people who have questions that you'll be able to come online and ask. If you think that's a good idea, send me a little note or put it in the chat. But back in the day when I was a university professor, used to, obviously make myself available for the students. And I was thinking that, gee, I should do that also. On these sessions, I usually don't take questions because I'm kind of focused on getting the trade. But there's no reason we can't have a session where if somebody has a question, they've got access to me. Okay, so I work off of a checklist. Checklists have been shown by through research to help you perform better, and you'll see on tasks that are very important. People use them, pilots use them, mission control uses them. It helps make sure nothing gets forgotten. Every morning I like to refresh my green chart. I find it keeps the memory, it clears the memory and then picks up any updates. At the end of every day, I find it essential to actually go back and take a look at the trades that didn't go the way that you thought, and figure out why. Last night's overnight trade was a trade on the Euro USD. That trade is still open, and the recommendation is if the trade is still open in the morning, you need to kind of take corrective action. If we take a look at the Euro USD, we've got a down. We're oversold, but we've got a down. So we've got down across the board. I would keep that trade open, and I expect it to close in the next couple hours. So keep the trade open. It's coming back to where it should be. Yesterday morning or last evening, we had a down on the overnight trade. The overnight trade just looks at what the green line is doing on the day chart, 12-hour chart, and 8-hour chart, and we look at that right after 4 p.m. And then yesterday we were overbought, and all three were down. In fact, it being overbought, there is a little kink in the line here on the day chart on the green line, very small, but generally when you have a overbought, which means the lines are above the green line, above the horizontal blue line. On a day chart, you can usually get more than 11 pips, but we're gonna stick with our 11 pips, and we should be good. Going back to we are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action, and our indicators are very good at predicting what direction the market's going to be moving in. And however, news does impact currency prices, and we want to know what those news items are so that we can trade around them. And the place I like to get my news is forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into bite-sized pieces. Yellow is low impact, so I ignore those. Yellow, gosh darn. Orange is medium impact. I tend to ignore those. Red is high impact. These are guys I want to trade around. And today, this morning at 10 a.m., we have got some news on the USD consumer confidence. I usually like to not trade within a 2-hour window of this time period. So we've got until 8 a.m. I would on that Euro USD trade, I would take a look at where you're at 9 a.m. If it's positive, just close it out. If it's positive, just close it out, because you don't want to get swept up in the news. and then it's stopping out on you. Any trade we take this morning will be closed by 9:30 tonight. So we are trading off of a 1 hour chart. On a 1 hour chart, we're looking at the trade to close within 1 to 3 hours. And the signal I'm going to be using today, or the strategy I'm going to be using, is something called the 10-point trade. There are 3 parts to the chart. And basically, we're trying to get all 3 parts of the chart to agree. And when all 3 parts of the chart agree, that's a pretty good trade with a high probability that the trade's going to move in the direction that we want. I am trading off of a 1 hour chart. And the length of the chart is how much information is in a specific candle. The charts go anywhere from a minute to a month. So I like to trade off of a 1 hour chart. And on a 1 hour chart, the trade's going to close in roughly 1 to 3 hours. So get in and get out is my strategy. So with that, let's take a look at what we've got today. We are going to trade off of the light 6 major chart, which is one of our standard layout charts. It is a composite chart in that it's showing us 6 different currency pairs. On this first chart, they're all US based. I start with the middle section of the chart, which we call the majors and minors. Red and green line is the major indicator. Black and gray line is the minor indicator. This horizontal blue line is the overbought line. Horizontal red line is the oversold line. So I am looking for situations where we are overbought above the blue line and the lines are coming down. And I want to kind of ride it through the channel. And you can see we got 2 big down red candles. And then when it's oversold, I'm looking for it to go up, and I'm going to ride it up through the channel. So here we are. We were oversold, but the majors are going sideways. So I want everybody going in the same direction. So this isn't what I want. Euro USD, we are oversold and going down. Now, I generally won't take a trade when we're oversold, but since we have an open trade and, all of the indicators, the 2, the 4, the 8, the 12, they're all going down, we will keep the trade open that we have. Would I take a trade now? No, but since I've got an open trade, I'm going to keep it open for it to fill. Pound USD overbought. Everybody's going down. I've got a double cross, and by double cross I mean the black lines crossed over the gray and the red lines crossed over the green. So those are the kind of the three pieces I look for. I am really also interested in the red line, the slope of the green line. And I want it better than 45 degrees. It is better than 45 degrees. And I like that the green line has entered the channel versus being gapped away from the channel. So I've got 3 points here. When I have 3 points here, I'm going to jump up to my TNTs. And there are 4 different lines here, 2 orange lines and 2 blue lines. And I am going to count how many in each of these is kind of measuring the rate of change in the market using a different criteria. And I want to have at least 3 of these lines agree with what I'm seeing here. And in this case, the 2 orange lines are agreeing, the thick and the thin orange. And the dotted blue agrees. The blue lines are inversely related. So when they're going up, that means sell. So 3 of the 4 are telling me sell. And I'm going to jump down to the pressure. And I want the lines either going down, which they're not. So there's up pressure. Or I want the red line on top, which it isn't. So I've got part 1 of the test, part 2 of the test, but I don't have part 3. So we're going to pass. Dollar, Canadian dollar, oversold, but not everybody's going up. Majors are sideways. Red line's going down, green line's going up. Dollar, Swiss franc, we are just touching oversold, or the majors are just touched oversold. But again, the majors are sideways. Red line's going down, green line's going up. So I don't have agreement. I want all the lines going up or all the lines going down. Dollar, yen, we touched overbought. Everybody's coming down, but the green line on the major indicator is like past the halfway mark. When it is past the halfway mark, I generally will pass. I will generally pass. But we do have the two orange lines going down very steeply, two blue lines going up. So all four here. We got very weak down pressure. The red line's going down and the green line's going down. What makes the pressure stronger or weak is the slope of the line and how close the lines are. So the closer the lines, the stronger the pressure, and the steeper the slope, the stronger the pressure. So here they're going down very weak, but red is on top. So we have 1 point here, 3 points here, and 4 points here. So we've actually got 9 points because we've got two points here because we've got down pressure and red on top. But again, since it is like 3/4 of the green line, 3/4 of the way through the channel, I'm going to pass. I have cloned this chart, and we have a 6 more pairs. These are non-USD pairs. Euro pound oversold. Everybody's going up. Double cross. So 3 points here. Terrific steepness on the green line. Way better than 45 degrees. Green line is about to enter the channel. That's a plus. All the lines are clustered. That's a plus. So nice 3 points here. 2 orange lines going up. Dotted blue coming down. So 3 of the 4 here. However, down pressure with red on top. My pressure's not in agreement yet. Maybe next hour, this becomes a good trade. Now, my strategy is I don't need to be first in, beat the market in. I'd rather get in a little late, take a small piece of the move, and then go on to my next trade. I'm more interested in the surety of the move, that the move is going in that direction, than I am in getting in early. Australian dollar, yen oversold. Everybody's going down. Euro, Canadian dollar. We don't have agreement between the majors and the minors. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Everybody going down. Oversold and everybody going down. Pound yen. Overbought. Everybody's going down. I've got the double cross, reds on top, blacks on top. Great steepness in the green line. Green line is entering the channel. So all 3 here. 2 orange lines coming down, and they're coming down pretty steeply. 2 blue lines going up. So that is all 4 saying sell. And I have got red on top. I've got up pressure, but I've got red on top, and the green line is pulling away from the red line. So it's starting to roll. So 1 point here, 3 points here, 4 points here. So I like this as a trade. Now, when I have the setup, I want to confirm the setup. And the way I confirm the setup is I look at a full chart, and specifically I am going to look at the what the 2-hour chart is, where the lines are on the 2-hour chart, and where the lines are on the 4-hour chart. And basically, I want these lines, the majors and minors, I want them to be overbought. They don't have to be going down like they are now, but I do want them overbought. And in both cases, they were overbought and going down. So that's kind of a plus. This is a signal you could trade off of, and this is a signal you could trade off of. Only difference between the trading on the 1-hour chart, the 2-hour chart, or the 4-hour chart is on a 2-hour chart. It's going to take twice as long for the trade to happen. and it'll be worth more pips. And then likewise on the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, it'll take 4 hours for it to go from here to up here. And you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it turned, and then when it went up, it kept going up. So I've got my confirmation. Now the question is, what's the trade worth? And on some of our signals, what the trade is worth is predetermined. If you see the signal, it's worth 3 pips or 5 pips. In this case, this trade, you have to figure out what it's worth. And I am looking at, to figure out what it's worth, I like to look at a clean chart. And clean chart is just the candles. And I've got support and resistance built in here. Support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to kind of naturally stop. And where they naturally stop becomes my the boundaries of which I'll trade within. So we are in here. So we've got, you look up at the top left, we've got about 15 pips down. And 8 pips up. And we are trading against the trend. We're taking a sell trade, and it's a buy trend. So the trend is where the candles, how the candles have been moving over a term. So this is a buy trend. This is a sell trend. So when I am taking a trade against the trend, I'm going to take less pips because I don't want to get stuck with it turning and keep going up. So here, I like this signal, everything I want. Got confirmation here, confirmation here. We're going to go ahead and take a 11 pip sell on the pound yen. You can take that in your simulator, or you can take it in MetaTrader 4. This is a demo account. So I am going to click, I trade the pound yen. So I've got it open already. I'm going to go to new order. I can trade my lot size or volume is a function of how much is in the account. This demo account has 10,000 in it. I move the decimal place over 4 spots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which makes it 0.10. I can take anywhere from half of that to double it. I'm going to just take the 1.0, click sell. It records it. I'm going to right click, go to modify. And we're going to take 11 pips. 11 pips is 110 points. I click the little blue button and it does the math for me. We're going to use a 3 to 1. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use a 3.5 to 1. I'm going to make it 35 pips. The pound yen is a little more volatile. This makes it a little bit closer. So I'm going to use 35 pip stop loss. I'm going to right click, then go to modify. And I think we'll be all right there. So we took a sell on the pound yen with a take profit of 191.310 and a stop loss of 191.749. So that's a take profit of 191.310, 191.310, and a stop loss of 191.749. Now I took a little less than where the resistance line went to, and that's because we could have taken 15 pips, but I don't want to go. We're trading against the trend. I want to get in and get out, and I think we'll get 11 pips. And you can see actually we're right at where the candle, we're right at where this wick is on that 11 pips. You could even move it to 10 pips if you wanted to be a little bit more sure. Okay, gang. Thanks for joining me this morning. There are a couple other trades in there today, but they all have to do with the yen, and I don't want to double up on the yen. So if we pop over to the Canadian dollar, yen, we've got a sell signal here, overbought. Everybody's coming down, double cross. I don't like this trade as much because we've got the kink in the line where it's going from more steep to less steep. And then there was one other one here, pound, New Zealand dollar. This is a nice, this is actually kind of a nice setup on the majors and minors. Overbought, everybody's coming down. Double cross, terrific steepness on the green line, entering the channel, 2 orange lines going up, 2 blue lines coming down, but we've got sideways pressure. We've got sideways pressure here. Green line is going down, but red line's going up. So this was kind of another prospect, but we already have a trade with the pound in it. And by doubling up on the pound, we're basically taking 2 pound trades. So I'd like to keep my kind of portfolio. If I'm going to take a second trade, I want to have something different in the basket. All right, gang. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. If you want to learn to trade, if you want to learn to do anything, best way to do it is find somebody who's good at it. We think we're pretty good at it, and we try to demonstrate demonstrate that to you every day. And we do these live trades. Not many people do live trades because they're afraid of being wrong. We do these live trades. Now, we don't win them all, but we win a high enough percentage of them that we're making money. And get them to teach you. And we will teach you. And we're so confident in how well the program works is that once we have taught you, we'll let you trade with our money and split what you make. Have a terrific day, and we'll see you. We'll maybe see you this afternoon, depending on what time I get back. Safe driving. Have a great day. Bye-bye.